Hello guys, I am Lalit Kumar Tilwani and today we are going to explore about how we can deploy a model in Microsoft Foundry, and that model we are going to use via code in the .NET language. So we are starting with the steps what we are actually trying to do and how it will be done. So we are starting with first PowerPoint presentation. So first thing, we will create a Microsoft Foundry. If we talk about little bit about the Microsoft Foundry in a nutshell, so Microsoft Foundry is the platform that allows us to deploy the models. Like model could be GPT, Claude, or any model. So by using Microsoft Foundry, we can deploy any model there, and that model we will use by using .NET program. This is our target. So if we talk about the prerequisites, like what are the requirements we have to do achieve this particular task. So first thing, we require a Visual Studio Code, and the next thing is the .NET SDK, because we are going to use the .NET language there. And then after, we require an Azure Active account, because from the Azure platform only we are going to create a Microsoft Foundry resource, so we require an Azure Active account. And if we talk about the steps, so first we will create a Microsoft Foundry resource from the Azure platform, and then there we will deploy a model. We are going to deploy GPT 5.4 model. So afterwards, we will create a console application to call that model, and then we will check our program is properly working or not. So we are starting with the first step for creation of a Microsoft Foundry resource itself. Let me move to the Azure platform. So currently I am in the Azure platform. From here, we will be creating a Microsoft Foundry resource, and there we will deploy a model. So if we talk about to create a resource, then we can go directly here and select for a Microsoft Foundry. From here we can create a resource. If we talk about the subscription, so I am selecting my existing subscription, that is Azure subscription 1. For the resource, I am using my existing resource group, that is RG Foundry Demo. For the location point of view, I am using East US 2, because if we deploy the resources in the central India, so there are several models. Those are not available in the central India location. So I am using the East US 2 location for the demo perspective. Let me give the name of the resource, Microsoft Foundry Demo. This is the name of the resource that I am giving here. Later upon the default project name. So let me change that as well. Okay. Let me add the East US here as well, because the resource name should be unique. Now for the default project name, I am giving the MF Foundry Demo. Rest of the option I am keeping as per default setting, and simply clicking on the review and create to create a resource itself. It will take several seconds to validate the final validation, like it's completed. Here you can validate the things as well. And now let me click on create. So it has started for the deployment part. It's in progress. We can see from here as well. It's created now. So let me go to the resource from here. Once I click on the go to resource, so it will redirect me to the resource itself. But to work upon the Foundry, here is an option. From the resource itself, you can go to the go to Foundry portal there. So I am in now Foundry portal itself, and it will take couple of seconds to load the particular project. Yes, it's completed. So here you can see in this part, you can see the default your project name here, and from here you can copy the API key, project endpoint, and the Azure API endpoint. Let me copy this credential from here, or we can copy when require date time as well. So let me skip that part. Simply I have to go to the build option from here. In the build option, you can see the option of the model in the left hand side. So from here the models, you can see all the available models that are available. From here you can click on a deploy a base model, and you will get the list of all available models. Here you here you have the option to select the model as per your convenience. Like here the several models are available from the Claude, from the OpenAI, from the Meta, and from Microsoft side as well. So there are several models there. Let me select the GPT. From all models. So let me select the GPT 4.1 as a model. So I can see the GPT 4.1. From here, you can select the deploy option. There are two options with the default setting or the custom setting. So in this part, we are going with the default setting. And from here, select the location as East US 2. And as you can see, this model is not available with this project. So let me create a new project. Let me give a name of the project. So I have given the name of a project. Let me select the continue option. So it will create a project as well as it will also deploy the model as well. It will take several seconds to complete this process. So you can see like from Microsoft Foundry how easy it is to deploy any type of model. Like it provides a several list of models, and you can only simply select the model and deploy itself. Yeah. So it has opened the project, and from here it's starting to deploy the model. Yeah. Now you can see it has opened the playground. From here you can ask the question from the model itself, and you can evaluate the model itself. Like you can provide the instructions, tools, and create your agent as well. But right now we are not doing this. Let me move to the model itself. So from the model, you can click on this model itself, and from this call model option, you have the options like which type of code you want to do. Like here there are the methods. One is the authentication method as an entry ID that will authenticate by the user credential itself, but now we are going to authenticate by the key values, so we are using the key authentication. And from here itself you can select the language of your choice. So C sharp that I have selected. So simply I have copied this code in the VS Code itself, and there we can see. So let me open my Visual Studio Code instance there. So now I am in the Visual Studio Code itself. First step is here to we have to create a new console application for the coding perspective in the .NET language itself. So for that I will create a new project, and here I can select the template as well. So from the template, let it populate the list of template. From here I can select the console application, and let me give the name. As we are going for the model deployment, so I am giving the same name here. And this is the location where this project is being created. Currently I am in the Foundry folder itself. Okay, create project, yeah. So now you can see the project is created. Let me move to the terminal itself. Now I am in the terminal. So from here let me move to the actual my project location. Yes, now I am in this here. Let me check if this project is properly created or properly building or not. So let me run the .NET build command here. As you can see here, this project is created in .NET 10 itself. In the .NET Core, let it finish to be compiled. Yeah, we can see it's properly created and it's building itself. So now the next step is the code we have seen in the Foundry itself, that now we have to paste it here. So let me do that. So I have copied the complete code itself, but now the next step is to install the packages. So to install the packages, you have to install the following packages. Those are mentioned in the screen itself. Let me install these packages one by one. It will take several seconds to install these packages. As you can see, the OpenAI package is being installed. Now let me install the OpenAI response package. and then I have to install the system.client model as well. Okay. So now all these packages are installed. Now the important part is to replace this project endpoint and the API key. So let me again back to the Foundry project itself. So from here you can see the API key and the project endpoint I have to copy. Let me select the endpoint from here and paste it to the Visual Studio Code. In the same way, I have to copy the API key from the from the Foundry portal itself. I have copied the API key as well and replace it here. So now you can see I have provided my keys here as well as the endpoint details. Let me replace the model deployment name as well. Yeah. So now you can see from code itself, we have used the OpenAI package, the OpenAI response package, and we have provided the endpoint and the API key. For creating a client, we are using the API key and the endpoint. And then in the client itself, like for options like the deployment model name, we are using the model of the options, create response options, and this options we are supplying in the client itself from here, and then we are getting the response. And finally, to show this response on the console, we are using the response.get output text. So this is the simple code that you can copy from the Foundry project itself, and if you require any modification, then you can go for the ChatGPT or any AI tool to refine this code as well. So let me check it's properly building now. Here you can see in the input items, this is the question that we are asking to this model, and this model is the OpenAI model that we have deployed using the Foundry itself. Let it finish to compile or build. It's done. Now let me run the .NET run command. So now you can see the response that we have got from the Microsoft Foundry by using this model that we have deployed. So you can see as of now Microsoft Foundry generally refers to this. So this is the way that you can deploy any model in the Foundry, and that model you can use by the code. And for coding, you have the several options like .NET, Python. So as per your convenience of coding, as per your coding pattern and design that you want to use, it's up to you. So in this video, our agenda was to simply explain you about how you can use the simple Foundry models in code itself. Thank you guys.